See you 2020. Welcome to the stream, the last stream of 2020 in the morning. Feel free to smash like. We'll get started in just a couple minutes. See ya, 2020. You know, I see a lot of you talking about this in chat. So before we go live, before I get on camera, let me ask you this, just for everybody that's in here, because it's mostly Nerdvengers very early. So let me just ask, put a 1 into the chat if you would like to bring in the new year with us live. If you'd like us to stream through midnight, because I wasn't really planning on doing it, but if there are a lot of people that aren't able to go do anything or whatever, you know, if you guys want to, we could do something. All right. Right on. Where's the Eagle song? That's not it. Ugh, it's not it either. Ugh, that went out of my face. Chet, you got like two more. Otherwise, no. It's It's kind of nice. It's a little too sad though. I kind of hate it already. All right, a little bit better. Okay, let's get it started. That'll do, Chet. Thank you. Hello. Welcome. Good morning. How are you? Let's do this damn thing, Nerdvengers. Let's do this damn thing. 2020. Bye. Okay, bye. See ya. Yeah. So here's what we'll do. First of all, we're going to do some show notes. Show notes, ladies and gentlemen. Show notes, okay? As far as today's stream, just because, I don't know, feel like talking about it. Here's what I think we should do. I want to talk about this TOBEY business. I want to talk about the Spider-Man 3 business. I want to talk about all that. And we will. Maybe we'll touch on like a little bit of drama. You know, a little bit of drama. I want to talk about the stream, obviously, last night over on Drunk 3PO's channel with Star Wars Theory. I thought it was great. But we'll talk about it. So, today's show will mostly focus on the Spider-Man stuff, Marvel stuff, and then we'll do a little bit of Q&A. Tonight, here's what I think we're going to do. After Dark. After Dark's going to go on at 9 p.m. After Dark's going to run from 9 p.m. to 11:30 p.m. And then I'll hop on. Maybe I'll even hop on sooner. We'll figure it out. We're going to figure this out. We will be passing the baton of streams between Al and Lavis and myself. I'll take you guys through midnight tonight. Okay? Am I wearing my Babu Frick underwear? Of course. So that's what we'll do tonight for all of you. I'll make that stream public, you know, just cause. Whatever. We'll see who comes. We'll see who shows up. Whatever. So we'll ring in. We will ring in the new year together. We'll say goodbye to 2020 because fuck you, 2020. Real bag of dicks of a year, in my opinion. But there's a lot of good stuff that happened in 2022, which we'll discuss as well today. So, what time zone are we talking today? We're talking Eastern Standard Time Zone, New York time zone. You see, New York has completely collapsed, but the world hasn't caught up to that yet. So for now, we're still going to act like the ball dropping in New York City is the most important thing. So we'll still stick to that until we realize next year that New York is just an abandoned city with rats running everywhere and stuff like that. So for now, it still matters. This weekend, we'll be doing our regular Nerdvengers streams. Be awesome. Noon. Make sure you're there if you're a Nerdvenger. We're always getting new Nerdvengers. Holy cow, speak of the devil. Space Wolf Lounge. Welcome to the Nerdvengers. Nerdvenger Prime. Well done. On Sunday at noon, we will do our usual Nerdvenger Prime stream, which usually goes into business stuff. We talk about business stuff, etc., etc., etc. Okay. So, yeah, we definitely need more likes. He's not wrong. Okay, here's what I want to know. Came in a little hot with that music, chat, but it's the new year. It's okay. Okay, here's what I want to know. You let me know in chat. We're going to get this started, okay? I would like to know. Put a 1 in the chat. This is what we'll do. Put a 1 into the chat. How many people? Put a 1 into the chat if you watched the stream with Jeremy from Geeks and Gamers, Star Wars Theory, and Drunk 3PO, and a bunch of other people at the end of the stream. But did you watch that stream? Put a 1 into the chat if you watched the stream. Let me know. Wow, okay, cool. Yeah. Cool. Yeah, they squashed it for sure. By the way, had a great convo with Geekdom 101 yesterday. I love that guy, man. Good dude. We had a good chat. This whole year's been crazy. It's been very interesting to like the way some people have come together and the way things have happened in the year is very interesting. So look, it looks like a lot of you watched the stream yesterday. Here's what I want to say. Mostly. Danny! Geekdom, don't tell him! Don't know! I have an image to uphold. Anyway. I thought that stream was awesome, man. Like, for real. And, you know, shout out to Jay, Drunk 3PO. I thought he did a great job. Shout out to Theory. I thought he did a great job. He was such a good sport about, you know, everything. And shout out to Jeremy. You know, it's funny. I was really interested to see what Jeremy was going to say. I think many people were, because Jeremy has made no secret of the fact that he likes to be indignant and flagrant, I think. Maybe flagrant's the best way to say it. Like, he likes to pick fights and all that. Jonathan, welcome. Welcome to the Nerdvengers. Jeremy 1 points in my book. My book, too. Not that it really matters, but he did in my book as well. Here's the thing. That was just I mean, look, I knew that it was going to happen, right, and stuff, and so, like, you know, because obviously I talked to Theory a lot, and I knew after, I spoke to him after him and Jeremy had spoken, and I told him right away, I said, you know, that's great. I said, you know, the thing that Disney or Lucasfilm would fear the most would be us coming together. 100%. And, yeah, I truly believe that. I really believe that. And I think, you know, it's one of the things me and Danny talked about yesterday, too, was like there are things that matter more than petty little disagreements or, you know, clicky type things. And I think really and truly this is example of this whole thing that happened with the with Theory and Pablo and everybody. It really just showed something that I've sort of talked about before, but it's cool to see in motion, and that is that we really are on the same team. You know, like, there would be in certain situations if we're okay. So, may I share a Zen story with you? May I? People hate my Zen stories. They're like, they don't make any sense. And I'm like, yeah, that's the point. Listen. The situation with the Fandom Menace, it reminded me of this really, really funny story of a chicken and a pig that are out and they're going to get breakfast. And the chicken and the pig, they're about to walk into this restaurant. And on the sign outside of the restaurant, it says, you know, today's special, bacon and eggs. And the pig is like, there's no fucking way, bro. I ain't going in there. No way. The chicken's like, come on. We'll just order something else. It's not a big deal. The pig says, well, it's easy for you to say. You know, from you, they only want a contribution. From me, they want everything. And then Pablo Hidalgo walked outside, erased the sign, and wrote, today's special, chicken and waffles. You understand? DC. They all did a great job yesterday. And I think it's just the start of something really, really cool. I also would like to just tell you, if you didn't watch the stream, you should. Because it was nothing but good energy, a lot of fun, a lot of just good shit, man. And the stream could have been many things. I think there were a lot of people thinking about what it was going to be, anticipating what it was going to be. I talked to a lot of people. There were people concerned, etc., etc. You know, I know what it is. Theory knows what it is. Jeremy knows what it is. Jay knows what it is. Everybody knows what it is. We know the potential backlash and the waves of all that, right? Welcome, Jennifer. I appreciate you. Welcome to the Nerdvengers. You're a Nerdvenger now. So, yeah, I would highly recommend you check that out, okay? I think the real truth, too, is, and you got to stop playing sad music, chat, because then everything I'm going to say is going to be all stoic, and we can't have that, brother. We need some fucking life in this shit. Jesus Christ. Anyway, yeah, that's all we got to say. It was good. The stream was good. I'm glad that those guys squashed it. I hope that all of the Star Wars content on the internet hits a little different in 2021. Just a little different. Same notes, just a little different reverb, you know? Let's play jazz. Okay, let's talk about all this bullcrap going on with Spider-Mans, with the TOBEY. Look, man. Why is Tobey not signing this fucking contract? That's what I don't understand. And I think this is really what we're going to, what I want to get into. This is really, you know, and look, we're just having fun. We're going to speculate. We're going to just kind of get into all that. You know what I mean? But, what's the deal with Tobey? Because he's cool? Oh, fuck. Guess you got to pay him more money. Is that how it is? The cooler you are, the cooler that you are, the more money they have to pay you. Is that what it is? Tobey wants 40 mil? Holy fuck! Okay. Yeah, no, he probably does deserve it. Okay, here's the thing. A couple of different things that I want to talk about here. Let's just, okay, let's take what you just said there. 40 million, okay? Who knows if that's the number? I don't know if that's the number because it's actually 50 million. But listen. Do you really think they would pay him $50 million for one movie? Yes or no? Do you really think they would pay him 50? That's fucking Robert Downey Jr. money. Right. No, they wouldn't, right? So what does this imply then? What does the money imply? Multiple Sony movies. Thank you. Listen. If we're talking about all the different possibilities, all the different scenarios here, everything that's going on, if you really take a look at it and you try to think of it contextually, the only thing that makes sense is that they don't want Tobey to come back and show up for 5 seconds in that Spider-Man movie. There's no goddamn way you're paying somebody $50 million to do that. They want him to be in this movie, to go do something Spider-Verse-like over at Sony, and then to also be in Doctor Strange 2, Into the Multiverse of Madness. Now, how many of you guys have been paying attention to the crazy ass rumor mill and all the stuff that's going on? It was more or less confirmed that Benedict Cumberbatch is going to be in WandaVision, which, by the way, we told you like 18 million years ago. But it's good to have it more or less confirmed. I'm happy. So that's what it implies. That's what we think they want. They don't just want Tobey. They want like all the Tobey. Okay. Now, if we go through some of the other things that have happened, he was spotted in LA getting a costume fitting. Okay. It's obviously for Spider-Man. So here's the thing that I want to indicate. I want to sort of just be super open about this as much as I can be and as much as I know. What I think is going on is we're in late stage negotiations. Yeah. Late stage negotiations. And look, Tobey's just holding out for whatever particular reason. I don't know exactly what it is. They probably have a contract in front of him that's massive. You know, he's got his people looking at it. You know, all this kind of stuff. Like it's a huge rotating crazy thing. But what I'll tell you is this: it's not impossible that they have footage of him as Spider-Man. It is not impossible that Marvel would have Sony, Marvel in this situation, they're the same. It's not impossible that they would have the money shot. Now, do y'all know about how there was a lot of talk of getting a look at Spider-Man 3 before the end of the year? Do you guys remember this? Remember how this was all over the internet? Yeah. So, like, not everybody knows, like, where this stuff comes from. That actually came from a Sony producer, an actual producer for Sony, okay? Also, there was because Sony Columbia, I think, are like either the same company or they work so closely in distribution. They might have like a distribution LLC or something together. But the point is, there was also an official social media post for a Sony or a Columbia account that talked about, it basically was talking about Andrew Garfield, Tobey Maguire, and Tom Holland, and it had something to do with Christmas. They wanted this announced by Christmas. They wanted to do. Remember when I made the stream last week and I was like, Tobey could do a Christmas miracle, So it's possible that they have it. And literally all we're waiting for is pizza time. Come on, man. It's pizza time. Tobey, it's pizza time. Let's make some dreams come true. Come on. So that's one thing. Hopefully that happens. That would be dope, dude. For the record, there is a presentation going out to China today from Marvel, the MCU, and Kevin Feige. A lot of people believe we might get our first look at Shang-Chi and the Eternals today. Today. That'd be wild, right? And we'll, of course, do breakdowns. We'll do all that if it actually happens. So today could end up being a crazy-ass day, ladies and gentlemen. Who knows? Who knows? We'll be standing by. And regardless, as I said before, we're going to roll into After Dark, and then we're going to roll into, I'm going to take us through the new year. So we'll do a little stream. So, hopefully all that gets worked out. But Daniel Richtman, while all of this Star Wars drama and all this Pablo Hidalgo stuff has been going on, Daniel Richtman has been sort of slowly dropping bombshells on his Patreon with regards to the MCU. A lot of crazy stuff, like that we're going to be breaking down in separate videos. But I think one of the most important ones to talk about with regards to Spider-Man and Tobey and Tom and all that is the thumbnail of this video. He is reporting that Tom Holland is likely to have a massive role in Venom 3. Okay? Venom 3, to me, seems like a no-brainer to do their Spider-Verse stuff, to start to go Spider-Verse and just open that shit up. You know what I mean? Just open it up. Whatever you're going to do with a Spider-Verse, I would do it there. And, oh, I love this. Kyrie says, the villain for Venom 3 is Null. I don't know that to be fact, but I do know that Null is one of the, I think, best villains that Sony could use as their Thanos. There's a couple of villains that they could do for their Thanos. Do you know what I mean? And Null is one of them. Null is great. But the point is, how do you guys feel about that? Because here's the thing. We don't know exactly what's going on with the multiverse stuff. What I continue to believe is that Feige has figured out a way to like have all the universes be connected but also separate. Like, it's weird, but I think he figured out this like perfect way to do that. And he's willing now to like let Tom go over there and play because the rules are clearly defined, right? And that Tom can literally go there and then come back, take with him all of the experiences that the character had over there, but then come and make new experiences in the MCU. Sony just can't let it go, huh? What do you mean? What do you mean, Nikki? Do you mean like they can't let go the most valuable license on the planet? They can't let go of the license that gave them the most profitable film that the studio's ever done? They can't let go of a pop culture icon of a character? Yeah, they probably can't. Just being real, they probably can't. But here's the thing. To that point, you know, let's talk about it. The Venom movie, though. Dude, I love Venom, Nikki. You know me, though. I love bad movies. But I love Venom. Venom's cool. Venom's cool. Here's the thing about that, right? Because it's always like, this is the thing that I think is so crazy. Well, it's not crazy, but it's like, it's interesting that the main yo, Morbius is going to be dope, Nikki! Don't you get me started. Anyway. Everybody complains and gets trepidatious about Sony's ability to foster these characters over there. And I get that. But here's the thing. That's why it's important that Feige did all of this and figured it out. That Tom Holland is basically separated from that. He's sort of isolated. He's in our universe. Anything he goes and does over there is a vacation. It's not a permanent stay. Right? Capisci? You feel what I mean? You see what I'm saying? Do I feel Leto could redeem himself in Morbius? Absolutely. I feel like Leto could redeem himself in the Snyder Cut. And then in the Ayer Cut. They just dropped the Shang-Chi trailer at Chinese New Year event. All right, dope. Hopefully we can find it online. Guys, give me just a second. I'm going to use the restroom. I'm going to put up a pause screen and turn the music up and let y'all chill for a second. I'm going to use the restroom. Then we'll come back and we'll try to find the Shang-Chi thing, okay? Because I kind of want to watch it. You know what I mean? Kind of want to check it out, so I'll be right back, okay? Hit him with the emojis. And honestly, here's the thing. We got to find a better song, Chet. This is too sad and shit, dude. Like, what are you doing today? No! Is this Adam's playlist? Well, I do love geishas. Alright, fuck it. BRB! Yo, can anybody find... let me know. Did anybody find that? Send it to me on Discord if you can find the Shang-Chi trailer. Anybody? Anybody? Is it like super locked up? What's the deal? I mean, Big Steve. Nice. Josh is gone for a Shang P. Yeah, no, I did. I Shang did. You Shang, you bet your Shang I did. Okay, so yeah, are we gonna be able to find this thing or what, man? This seems like this might be super locked up. Let me do a little Googling myself here. If anything, Twitter might be the move because like people would leak it on Twitter and all that. Yeah, that's a tough one. I knew this was gonna happen, but I just didn't know like how. You know what I mean? Hopefully it leaks out. I mean, I'll check the Reddit. If the event was, I don't know too much. Was the event digital? Like, did it happen digitally, I assume? Or were there actually, like, people there? Because that might change things. Dun, 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 dun. Thank you. Take my money. Oh, shit, man. Thank you so much. I gotta say, gotta hand it to Sony for being able to let Disney know that you can't buy the rights to everything. Recently, Disney has been trying to monopolize a lot of things. Yeah, that's totally fair. I mean, the thing that's interesting about that, Ezra, and I'll sort of talk about that as we wait and hopefully find this Shang-Chi trailer. But I'll say this. So not a lot of people know about this, but what happened with the rights to all of these characters is that Marvel actually went bankrupt twice in the 90s. Twice. Not once, twice. And they made a massive bet, actually. Marvel, the company. They actually got a private bank loan. This is crazy, dude. They got a private bank loan from a European bank for $500 million. They didn't... Like, when they built their studio, they did kind of like a similar thing to like Robert Rodriguez, George Lucas. Like, they kind of, you know, it's crazy. Not European. Well, it depends on your definition of European, doesn't it? They got a big old loan, man. $500 million. And even before that, here's what's crazy. Okay, before that, they had sold off the licenses to certain characters, including the X-Men, Fantastic Four, and Spider-Man. Those were considered to be the most valuable licenses that Marvel had. And they sold them because they were broke! They didn't have any money! You understand? So then, when they're then trying to make the studio, they have to go around and buy the licenses back. They gotta go buy the licenses back. But they couldn't afford the Spider-Man license. They couldn't afford the X-Men license. They couldn't afford the Fantastic Four license. Because they were broke! Right? It's kind of interesting. And then they can afford Iron Man because literally nobody cares about Iron Man. Like, yeah, you can have Iron Man. Iron Man? Shellhead? Yeah, okay. Here you go. Shellhead. Marvel took a $525 million loan from a European bank, says Trev. Thanks, man. Thanks for backing me up on that. It's respect. You know what I mean? Thank you. Did anybody find the Shang-Chi thing yet? Anybody? Bueller? Anybody? God damn it, Chet. Like, this is too much, dude. It's too much sad, whatever the hell. I want happy. We're getting rid of 2020. No trailer? Fuck. Oh well. Well, who knows? Maybe we'll get something by the end of the day. We'll keep an eye on it. And you know what? We're going to be streaming, so maybe it'll happen while we continue to stream. Can't wait for people to start saying how 2021 is worse than 2020. Oh, God. Hope not. Definitely hope not. So, man. Maybe I'll save my ramblings about the year for tonight. You know what I mean? Maybe I'll do a big rant about 2020, right? Because it has been quite ridiculous. And, yeah. But there's been so much good stuff that came out of it, too. It's really hard for me to just sit back completely and be like, I don't know about you guys, but there was a lot of stuff in 2020 that made me, like, kind of forced you to take a look at things that maybe you normally wouldn't take a look at, you know? You know? I actually legitimately feel so much more put together as a human being, like, now, than I did in January. Like, even before the pandy and all that, you know what I mean? It's pretty crazy. Oh, yeah, we definitely need to get those likes up. Holy shit, you guys are slacking. Now, I'm not going to be rude, you know, because it's the end of the year. But, like, if we don't get it up to 400 likes for the next, like, 10 minutes, I'm probably going to storm out of here and not stream tonight. Or I'll be like, okay, guys, we're about ready to do New Year's. Here we go. Let's count it down. Except, fuck y'all! And then bail. And then I'm gone. So, you know, look, again, I'm not trying to be rude, but as far as the likes come, let's get our shit together with it. Thank you. So yeah, maybe we'll do that. But the point is, man, Marvel has got a lot going on, man. They are moving. And they are making some big moves. I think when it comes to Spider-Man 3, y'all, like, people don't even realize how crazy this movie's going to be. And that's weird to say, because it almost seems like all we're talking about is how weird that movie's going to be. But, like, every time something crazy comes out about it, everybody says it with, like, this little winky face kind of thing where they're like, oh yeah, and that's merely the icing. That's the tip of the iceberg. Oh, do you like Spider-Verse and 16 different villains? You don't even know how crazy it's going to be. You know? This is how crazy Spider-Man 3 is going to be. You know who the villain is? Us. You're going to walk into the theater and, like, 20 minutes into the movie, you're going to realize that, like, you've seen every villain or whatever. And then all of a sudden, all three of the Spider-Men are going to stare at you on the big screen and be like, and it's your fault we didn't gross enough to continue these franchises. And then they're all going to sit there and just start to, and before you know it, like, you're fighting against all of them. And the end of Spider-Man 3 is you end up in a hospital. Which is crazy, but probably still not crazy. It's probably still not as crazy as the actual movie's going to be. And the next 5 years, holy cow, man. Just thinking about the next 5 years with Marvel is mind-boggling. It's so crazy that your mind gets put in a bottle. And of course, with all of this, like, did you know this? I'm actually going to do a separate video on this. I'll do a separate video on this. But it is being reported that the Young Avengers Disney Plus show will be the biggest, budgetest, craziest thing that they're going to do on Disney Plus. And I started to think about that, and I was like, dude, why? You know what I mean? I was like, why? And then I thought about it, and I was like, well, because there are kids right now, ages 13 to 21 or whatever, that are maybe just getting into Marvel still. And what they're trying to do is make the new Avengers, the Young Avengers that will eventually take over and pass. They're basically setting up like 2 generations down the road of what they will focus on in the cinematic sense. And even though I'm not super attached to the Young Avengers characters and I'm like whatever about them, I appreciate that that's the long game. It's like my kids, I'll probably be like going, you know what I mean? Like down the line when I eventually like stop being a workaholic and they drag me away from this computer and say, it's fine. There are other people to help. You can be normal. You're a real boy. You know, when that day comes and I maybe have a family or some shit, like my kids will be like super into the Avengers that Marvel and Feige are trying to establish in the Young Avengers. Right? And you just gotta admire it. It's pretty cool. You know? It's like a lot of care, a lot of forethought, and in this example, a lot of money. They're putting some money behind that, you know? It's crazy. Crazy. All right, let's get into Q&A. Yeah, Space Wolf is a Nerdvenger now. The Young Avengers are kind of lame. Yeah, I agree. Okay, let's just read some super chats. Let's hang out, guys. We'll go like 20 minutes. 20 more minutes, maybe. Just hanging out. So if you have any questions, throw them into the chat. If you have a super chat, throw in there. I'll answer every single super chat within reason that comes in, but I'll also look at the regular chat as well. Mike says with a $5 holla, happy new year, Nerdvengers and Brokevengers. Josh and the Den family, thank you for making this last year a little bit brighter and fun. Thank you for it all. Mike, thank you. Dude, it has been real, man. Like, what a weird year, but honestly, like, hanging out with you guys all the time, streaming so much with you guys. Like, I essentially became a streamer this year. You know what I mean? Like, I went from sort of more of a YouTuber to more of a streamer. But at the same time, that's really what we wanted to do. And, dude, we love streaming, man. Like, we love it. And we're going to keep doing it. And a big part of this channel's future is happening right here on this live channel. Like, next year, it's going to be crazy, dude. All the different streaming stuff that we will be doing. Jennifer Cook says, what should we call the 6-month badge? Chetonium, Nerdtanium, Nerdvengium, choose. Well, I already know that I hate Chetonium the most, and therefore it is probably actually the best option. So, I don't know, bro. Jennifer Cook, I appreciate you. I don't know how to answer that question. I don't want that responsibility. Kale with the $2, but I will say this. Man, those 6-month badges look good, don't they? They don't just look like white either. I love because we tried to make it look like a diamond, so it has texture and stuff on it. So cool, man. Stormy says, Burke the Nerd is doing a 24-hour New Year's live stream calling all Nerdvengers to raid his stream after this one. That's great. Alan Lavis will be on there tonight. That is also great. That's awesome. So, heck yeah, somebody get me the link and we'll raid Burke after the stream. Alec Ortega with the $5 holla says, good morning, Josh. My friend's older sister has been dating Toby for a couple of years now. My friend literally won't tell me anything. Yeah, it's unfortunate, right? But if you think about it, your friend is literally safer telling someone other than you. Isn't that interesting? So email me. Big Stevie says, paid for the money shot and now have to pay for the rest is my guess. They decided they wanted more than originally negotiated. That's also possible. Negotiations are interesting things. That's also possible. My read on it, and I mean, who the fuck am I, right? But my read on it is, Toby will not sign as long as Pablo Hidalgo is still employed at Lucasfilm. And I know that seems crazy. That's what I've heard. I don't know how else to explain it. It's super rough. But look, if we really want Toby, and I think we do, even if you're not fully supporting... Sorry, just he's got to go. Scott says, with an $11 holla, Josh, this is off topic, but do you have any updates on when Xbox Series X will be available again? Did you get the first batch? Is it going to be crazy good? I really don't have any information for you other than I would expect another redrop in the first quarter. I would expect another redrop in the second quarter of the fiscal year next year. I did not get one. I have a pretty good PC. I still have an old Xbox, so just kind of chilling on that. Yeah, man, I want to get one. I will eventually get one. I'm actually in the process of making a move as well. I'm actually thinking about moving down into Florida, like across the street from Geekdom, and then every morning Geekdom and I will like wake up and have our coffee and just stare at each other from across the road. And make like angry faces at each other or something, you know? I don't know. I don't know, bro. There's a lot going on behind the scenes. We're thinking about making a move for the company and all that, so we'll see. Tyler Wakefield with the $5 holla says, doing uni work, and the Sun UK has a really interesting thing on Spider-Man 3. This installment centers around Spider-Man's romance with Spider-Woman. Is that true? Is that true, dude? Because if that's true, that's wild. That is undoubtedly wild AF if true. Somebody please double check that. Billy Gunn says, thanks for keeping me sane during the pandemic or the pandy. While I work from home. Big fan of the channel. Thank you, Billy. I appreciate you, brother. Look, that was probably one of the coolest things to realize, like, as I was, like, kind of thinking about the year, meditating and stuff, was, like, just... Fuck, man. Like, there were times this year... I mean, honestly, I don't know what I would have done without this job and without this community. I really don't. Like, what would you have done? Like, what did other people do? Like, what did you do? Like, I don't understand. Like, and especially for me, to be in motion is important. So, the stagnance, man. The stagnant nature of everything was very bad. And I think that this stream and a lot of other content creators, because you got to give big ups to just all the content creators that stepped up and entertained people and gave people a little bit of light this year, because we were all going through our own shit. And anytime you could leave that behind, like, you know, for me personally, there was a lot of moments where it was like, leave your own shit behind and just perform. You know what I mean? Because it's like, I felt there were times where I was like, all I wanted to talk about was the pandemic, right? But I knew not only was that not my lane, it's like threefold. It's like, number one, that's not my lane. Number two, I feel like that would have been super bad. It would have been a bad look for the brand as far as content, because it's like you come in looking for a nerdy escape and then you literally can't escape and it's just one more person talking about it. I felt like that would have been really bad. Yeah, there's a lot of bad to that, potentially, right? So every single content creator that resisted the urge to just come out here and like spill their guts or whatever, and like actually took, I guess what I'm saying is, like, if you shoulder the responsibility of this job and this task, and you did it on days that you didn't feel like doing it, and you did it for other people, I commend you. And I tried to do that as much as I could as well. So, yeah. Tobey did this in the OG Spider-Man movies and was almost replaced by Jake Gyllenhaal. That's rumored, but yeah. Also, food for thought, comic Bucky has a granddaughter from a different universe that goes by Nomad. Charles found out about a Nomad project. That's true? That's true. Charles did find out about it. What does it mean? Who knows, man? Who knows? Could be Lady Nomad seems cool with me, man, you know? And as far as your first point, we don't know the exact... Look, all these actors... You know, I wanted to talk about... And maybe we'll talk about it on a video later. Maybe After Dark we'll go over this. The Robert Pattinson thing. Did you guys see the Robert Pattinson thing? It is being reported, and not by just anybody, but by some actual reputable people, that there's major tension between Robert Pattinson and Matt Reeves, okay? Now, what does this story sound like to you? It sounds a lot like the Pedro Pascal story, okay? Because the truth is, all the people that I've, like, a lot of the people that are reaching out to me are talking to me about how when it came to Pedro and everything, it was a normal thing, but tension was just extra high because of the pandy and because of the deadlines and all these different things. So there was major bad stuff that happened, but really it was just regular Hollywood stuff that was extra stressful because of the pandemic, right? And so maybe some of you out there are like, there's no way Robert Pattinson would be the type of guy to like leak this out, try to make it into a war, be petty or be a dick or whatever. That's not Robert Pattinson. And then there are people out there that are like, well, there's no way that Matt Reeves would lose his cool, be an asshole, be manipulative, or do wrong by another human being. And what I would say to you is, just like in this example, you're wrong, you were also wrong about the Pedro Pascal situation, about Jon Favreau. You were wrong. Because here's the thing. We're talking about human beings. The brand that is presented to you for these individuals is not who they are. They're people like you and me. So, and this is, I've tried to say this before too. It's like, have you ever had a job where you worked with other humans? God, isn't it awful? They're all so unreliable, so self-absorbed, egotistical, aggressive yet sensitive. You know, these fucking humans. They're all the same. So when you get a group of them together, they have problems. You know what I mean? So when it comes to Tobey and Jake back in the day, you have to wonder how much was really going on, right? It's the same kind of thing. Oh, well, Tobey would never do that. Tobey would never make a big play like that. Like, Tobey would never put the studio in a position where they would have to say, either we pay way too much to you and we really don't want to, or we'll go this other way. Tobey would never do that, right? Bitch, you don't know what you're talking about. Period. It's like other motherfuckers saying Ben will never come back to that Batman role. If he even hears the word bat, he reaches for a bottle of alcohol. And he's an alcoholic, and we can't have that. No, he's a human being. Anyway. You be helping me through this crap called divorce. Ooh, that's a rough one. Your energy starts my days, and I appreciate your channel. Nerd on, sir. Nerd on. Hey, thank you so much, Bondo. As someone who has lived through a very painful divorce themselves, I have a lot of empathy for you. But also, there's like things that will happen around the divorce. You will look back at and be like, yeah, because it was a divorce and because there was horrible shit going on. Like, you got to just breathe through your heart and just make it out of this, because there's going to just be a lot of bad karma around it. It just is. There's just going to be so much bad stuff. You're going to act horribly. She or he's going to act horribly. Family's going to act horribly. Friends are going to act horribly. Just breathe through your heart and move. Keep it moving. Stormy says, Happy New Year. This community made my year awesome. Stormy, thank you, Nerdvenger. Thank you, Nerdvenger. Josh I says with the $20 holla, to my brother, Josh, and all the Nerdvenger family. We got through this crazy year. Happy New Year, everyone. Here is a little extra scratch just in case I can't make it to the stream tonight. P.S. Take my mother flipping money. Josh, I thank you, my brother. I appreciate you, man. If I don't see you tonight, I hope you're having fun. Hope you find peace. And a sense of adventure for what's to come. You know? A sense of adventure. Keaton says with the $10 holla, says, I found this stream at around 8,000 subscribers. Now it's over 16,000. So proud of the growth. Congratulations to you and everyone at the den. And then he hit me with the green lightsaber emojis. Thank you, Keaton. I appreciate you, man. Yeah, dude, fuck. Just been awesome, man. You know, I don't know. There was a moment. I talk about this a lot, but there was a moment where we were going to cut the streams because we mentioned, God forbid, you know, we mentioned the word COVID in a stream earlier this year, and they literally squashed us. Like, I saw it in the data. They squashed us. We were just getting a little bit of momentum with the streams. We're starting to creep towards like 100 concurrents, 150 concurrents and shit. And then we mentioned it, and they squashed our streams into oblivion. And I was so frustrated, and I was like, I don't think we can stream right now. Let's just let this Rona stuff work itself out. And what happened was, two of our producers, Godfather and Maverick, really dug their heels in on us continuing to stream. And it was all about being there for you guys. And it just clicked for me. I was like, okay, yes, you're right. I get it. And I was like, look, if there's only going to be 12, 15 motherfuckers in there, we're going to be there for those 12 or 15 motherfuckers. So that's what we did. And wow, what a difference that has made, you know? Thought my first super disappeared. LOL, take my loot. Oh, thanks, brother. John Hicks says, yo, man, Willem Dafoe to lead Dark Avengers, Dark Reign / Siege of New Asgard. Come on. Yeah? Yeah, bro. Like, let's go. Like, I wants it. I wants it real bad. Some people think that Dafoe will not be the 616 version of Norman. That he will be the other version and then play over that. Like, he'll be the Sony villain, Osborn. And we might get a new one for the 616. Some people are saying Matthew McConaughey. Right? Which would be really interesting. What do you think about that, guys? John Hicks. Josh, Tyler said to check your DM for that report. Okay. On what, Twitter or... That's interesting. Wait. Wow, that's real, huh? That Spider-Woman stuff? Dude, okay, we cannot talk about that. I got to go check with some sources something about that. That is wild. I can't talk about that, though. Wow. Okay. Rob with the $10 hollow says, Happy New Year, Josh, Nerdvengers, Brokevengers, and the Den family. If you move to Florida, what part? Thank you for all the hard work. I really appreciate it. You have helped me get through 2020. Thank you, Rob. Appreciate the love, my friend. I hope you're having a good holiday. I don't want to say what part of Florida because I've kind of already alluded that Geekdom lives there and stuff. You know what I mean? So, yeah. But I could let you know privately, Rob. You know what I mean? But we don't necessarily want to just let that out, right? But appreciate you, Rob. Thank you so much. Anakin Skywalker joined the Nerdvengers. You're a Nerdvenger now. Who knows, man? Maybe you'll even get the rank of master over here, you know? Big fan. Chris Ford with the $5 holla says, Hey, Josh, I know this is off topic, but who is your fan cast for Grand Admiral Thrawn? You know, I don't know, bro. Like, I guess Benedict Cumberbatch is my ultimate choice. I highly doubt that he will do it. So my gut tells me they'll go with Lars, but also I'm interested in that because to me he does, like, obviously he nails the voice, but does he have the physical prowess for it? I'm yet to be convinced that he could do a bang out job. You know, I've heard rumors of like Matt Smith and stuff too. There's a lot of good people that could do it. But yeah, it's probably just going to be Lars. That's what most people think. Blaze Gaming with the $2 holla says, Spider-Man 3 teaser coming today. Oh, baby, do I hope so. Oh, baby, do I hope so. All right, cool. So let's do like 10 more minutes, guys. And we'll just hang in. I'm just looking at the regular chat now. So what y'all doing? What's going on in there? You know what I mean? Josh, did you see the leaked 2021 Lego Eternal set that shows about the plot? No, but I know about the plot, and I know they've changed the plot a little bit here and there. So, I didn't read your super chat, Kale? Okay, I apologize. Let me read up. Where you at, Kale? Oh, I missed SCBs, didn't I? Oh, wait, no, I talked about that. SCB. Yeah, we did talk about that. Who did I miss? Kale. Oh, okay, I see you. I want that hoodie. This hoodie is available on Theory's channel. This is on the this is in the Teespring. You know what I mean? So yeah, pop lock it, man. Pop a lock it. Baby Yoda's Escape Pod says, where does Morbius fit into all of this? What do you I mean, I guess I don't know what you mean. Like, as far as, like, in the multiverse, Morbius is going to, as far as I know, Morbius is going to exist in the universe that Venom exists in, which I actually think, this is wild, I actually think is the same universe that the Andrew Garfield Spider-Man is from. That's what I think. Yup. So, I think he exists in the Andrew Garfield Spider-Man universe. And, yeah. You're pretty popular for someone who has 16K subs. Good job. Thank you, Force Lord. I appreciate that. Yeah, man, we've got a main channel that I think is close to 150,000 subs. And then, you know, I've got some friends with some pretty big channels. So, couple people seen my face, heard my mouth words. You know what I mean? Morbius is in Tom's universe, but why do you think that? Because of Michael Keaton, maybe? I was surprised to hear Alex and Star Wars Explained was on Theory's shit list, man. Aren't Alex and Star Wars Theory the same person? Or Explained, aren't they the same person? I don't understand that. And that doesn't surprise me at all. That's all I'll say. Look, I know a lot of things that I don't talk about. But, like, all I'll say is, like, you'll just see me fuck with certain people, and you'll see me not fuck with other people. That's all I'll say. Do I love DC? Absolutely, dude. Absolutely. DC was like one of my first loves. Superman comics when I was really young were big, dude. They were big for me. And then Superboy and Steel. When I was just reading comics, like the death of Superman and the reign of Superman stories were happening. So you had like Eradicator, Steel, Cyborg Superman, that kind of stuff. And then Green Lantern was my favorite hero for so long, and still is one of my favorite heroes and concepts. Green Lantern and the Green Lantern in the 90s and the early 2000s, magical stories, dude. Which is so weird because both Jeff Johns and Ethan Van Sciver have both gone in directions that like I don't fully agree with. But also it's like you can't deny the fucking magic that those guys made together, dude. Like, that's some magic comic books shit, dude. Like, it's magical. So, yeah. That's where Morbius fits into all of this. To expand on that Morbius point, do you think Keaton is Adrian Toomes in Garfield's universe with level 4 symmetry? Okay, let me answer that with a question for you guys. Would you be mad if Michael Keaton didn't actually end up being in Morbius? Would you be really upset if Michael Keaton didn't actually end up doing it? Because this all was before his Batman deal. Okay? So, I think the plan has changed. And I think Keaton will still probably show up in Spider-Man 3, but I do not think he will be in Morbius. Which is weird because there's a prison scene in Morbius that involved Morbius breaking Vulture out in some way. So they'll probably have to reshoot that or like refigure that out or like cut Keaton out of those scenes. Which, by the way, they've already cut him out of the trailer. If you look at the international version of that trailer, they cut out Michael Keaton. Yeah. So I guess what I'll say is I think that when we saw Michael Keaton in the Morbius trailer, that was before the new arrangement that Marvel and Sony have, which is really starting to look like is a very well figured out, well-oiled machine and plan, and that Tom is forever going to be in the MCU. Tom Holland, that is. Jonathan Velasquez says with the $20.21 super chat, I see what you did there. Thank you, my friend. Josh, Den of Nerds team, Nerdvengers and Brokevengers. Thank you for a wonderful year on the channel getting nerdy. Pardon me. Looking forward to a bountiful 2021 as we blast off into infinity. Peace, love, and enlightenment to all. That's very sweet. I'm going to be real with you, Jonathan. I'm not crazy about all the crazy shit you see all the time, but, you know, I'm one to talk, right? But that was very nice, man. Thank you very much. I'm very happy that you're a part of this community. I'm glad that we are, we're doing this damn thing, man. Keaton says, I'm not going to show up in Spider-Man 3. Sure you will, son. We'll pay plenty. Nathan Tattoo says, Enso Tattoo. Sorry. First of all, Nathan, how do you even know about that? I don't talk about that a lot. But send me some art. Send me some art. Maybe we'll see. Earlier super chat? Oh, okay, right on. Is Zendaya Spider-Woman? I don't think so, no. I don't think so. All right, we'll do like 5 more minutes. 5-10 more minutes. I don't know. Just hanging. Josh, you been married, dude? Nope. I missed your earlier super chat. What? Nope, never been married. No. Oh, fuck, my bad. Josh, been with you since Infinity War, and you are the man. Proud of you, bro. Gotta do your email tattoo, brother. You made me a Star Wars fan. Ah, thanks, brother. Dude, it would be great, man. It would be... Yeah, send me some art, brother. We'll talk about it. Look, thank you. It's always weird for me, you know what I mean? I've never been I've never been like good at taking compliments, but I think like with the den and everything, because it's not really like me, it's sort of like this energy that we've all just created and together. I'm pumped, man, and I'm glad that you've been with us and that we've been at least doing enough to keep your to keep adding value to you. You know what I mean? Which is awesome. It's really cool. Man, 2021 is going to be killer, y'all. Like, we have so much planned, and there's so much content. Like, 2021 was, 2020 was, like, so stupid, dude. At one point, y'all remember, look, maybe we'll do this later tonight. We're not going to go there. But y'all remember 15 days to slow the spread? That's all I'm going to say. Just, do you remember? Iraq Lobster says, you're not good at taking compliments. Okay, what about insults? P.S. You suck. Does that answer your question? Chloe Bennett as Sabine, yay or nay? You think about it? Let me just... Yeah. Yes. She'd be great. I just thought about like Sabine's energy, and then I thought about Chloe's energy, and I was like, yeah, no, that could work. That could be good, bro. Nay as fuck, says Nicky. Okay. Different strokes, different folks. It's the holidays, Nikki. We're not gonna fight. Lucas Tex Venger with the $20 holla says, Happy New Year's to all of the Nerdvengers and Brokevengers alike. Josh, Al, Lavis, Ryan, and the rest of the EPs, thank you for creating this community for us to get us through this effed up year. Love all of you. Thank you so much. Let me take this opportunity to talk to you about who the other producers are that y'all don't know. Bill M, salt of the earth, awesome human being, always reaching out to me on a private, personal level to make sure I'm okay. Every time we have a meeting, we're getting into the weeds about stuff. He almost always starts off by asking if I'm okay. Just a good dude, man. Also, I don't want to tell you what he does because he's going to help us make a lot of money in the future as well. Awesome dude. Godfather, who some of you know, some of you have seen, awesome individual, very tactful business mind, disagrees with me and is not afraid to tell me when he disagrees with me, which everybody who has any modicum of power should do. You need to surround yourself with people that will tell you to your face when they disagree with you. He's an awesome human being. We've got Alex. Alex, many of you don't know, but he's been with us for a long, long time. He is our website guy, a cybersecurity guy, salt of the earth, awesome human being. You will notice all of the people in my circle, salt of the earth. Yeah. So Alex is an incredible human being. He's helped us out before in weird situations with cybersecurity and stuff like that. Brilliant mind. Awesome individual. Maverick Pilgrim. Many of you guys don't know. Mav has been with me for a long, long time. He's just a genuinely good human being. And the running joke with Mav is that I've seen the future through the time stone. And Mav is going to talk me out of a very bad decision, and he will help save the company. And I think it has something to do from him saving me from these hoes, but I can't be 100% sure on that. And that's no disrespect to the lovely women and to the hoes. But, yeah. And then, of course, you've got Ryan H. Ryan H. is the mastermind behind the Nerd Card Showdown, which will take over and become one of the most popular live streaming shows on YouTube. It will dominate other similar shows. Ryan, brilliant, hardworking, salt of the earth. Al and Lavis, I don't have to tell you much about Al and Lavis, man. Al and Lavis are holding it down, man. Holding it down on After Dark Afternoon and many other streams. So, then there's Chet. He's just fucking awful, dude. He's just the worst. He's so ugly. But, and as much as it pains me to admit it, even Chet has made great strides. And we're proud of him. And, yeah, it's going to be cool. So that's just a little of the, little bit about the guys, man, you know. Fraser Crash with the $5 says, Happy New Year, brother. Happy New Year to you. Happy New Year to you. Bob, didn't we fire Bob? I thought we fired Bob. Josh, you got me back to being a nerd like a kid. I was headed to a deep path. You helped me get back to the light. Your streams are helping me a lot. You know, it's so cool, man. I'm very glad to hear that. There's something about these stories and storytelling in general that is very perennial and very deep and very important to our psyche. And life beats a lot of that stuff out of you, man. You know? It just beats you down. It wears you down. At least it can. And to be able to be to be able to connect you with that part of yourself that you felt when you were younger, that freedom, is my deepest honor. So, thank you. I love the positive energy of this live stream has brought to me in 2020. Thanks for making this year better for us. Bill M, Godfather, Alex, Mav, Ryan H, Al, Lavis, and Josh. Holy cow. How sweet. Thank you very much. That is very, very sweet. Thank you. All right, guys, we're going to call it there, okay? What's the biggest change coming to the MCU? Doctor Doom. All right, everybody. We're going to call it there, okay? Thank you all so much. We'll be back at it. Al and Lavis will be taking you guys on a trip, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's going to be very fun. They will pass it off over to me later tonight, and I will be ranting about... Oh, yeah, can you throw it in there, Stormy? Can you throw in Burke's link? Somebody throw in Burke's link, and then everybody needs to go over to Burke's thing. So maybe I'll see some of you tonight. I will be ranting and drinking. I'll be ranting and drinking as we head towards the new year. We'll ring it in together tonight, okay? All right, everybody. As I always say, I hope you're having an awesome and a nerdy day. And I'll see you in the next video.